Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we have yet another fall bake with me. Today we are going to be making pumpkin pie twists. Never made them before, so if you're seeing this, they must have come out good. So I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you what we need to make them and we are going to get started. So, the base of the pumpkin pie twists are going to be some 2-ingredient dough. So for the 2-ingredient dough, I do not have self-rising flour, so I just make my own with all-purpose flour, some salt, and some baking powder. And of course, we need plain non-fat Greek yogurt. But I want this dough to be a little on the sweeter side, not savory, so I am going to add some monk fruit into the dough. We're also going to need some pure pumpkin puree, a half a cup. We're going to need some brown sugar, 0-calorie brown sugar. This is the Lakanto Golden, and I still have some swerve left on the bottom there. You can see it. I don't love the Lakanto Golden because I don't think it's brown sugary enough. Like, it doesn't pack, but it's what I had on hand, so that's what I'm using. We're going to need some sugar-free syrup. Now, if you want to add a point or two, you can use pure maple syrup. I'm just trying to keep these as low point as possible for you guys, so that's what we're going to use. If I had maple extract, I would probably use that. Some pumpkin pie spice and some cinnamon and sugar for the topping. And oh, I don't have it out, but we're also going to need a tablespoon of melted butter, but that's not until the very end. So I'm going to turn you around. We're going to get started on the dough. So we're going to get started on the dough first. And I have 1 cup of flour. And to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. If you have self-rising flour, you can totally omit this part. But I buy my flour by the 25-pound bag, so. And then we're going to do 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Give that a little mix. And then 3/4 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I forgot we're making this a sweet dough. So I am going to add 2 tablespoons of Lakanto monk fruit, which is 0 points on for any amount. And we're just going to get this dough started. So I have my big bamboo cutting board with a piece of parchment on top, and I sprayed the parchment with some non-stick butter spray, just butter flavor, Pam. And here's the part I debated on. We need to roll this out. We need a top crust and a bottom crust. And I debated back and forth, and Doug and I discussed it, whether to divide this in half and roll one out and then roll the other out and plop it on top, or roll it all out as one and cut it in half. I decided to roll it all out as one and cut it in half because I'm afraid, like, they have to be pretty much the same size because the 2 rectangles. So I don't know which way would be better, but this is the way I'm going to do it. So I am just going to start working this into a nice rectangle. And I'm going to try to keep it into a rectangle shape. So I'm going to take my time and roll this out. So if I spend a little more time now, it'll probably be a little less headache in the end. So when I get all this rolled out, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what it looks like. rolled out half decent. So now I'm just gonna cut it in half. Should have got my pizza cutter out. And then we are just going to set this aside and make the filling, and then we'll be back with this. Okay, let's start on our filling. We need a half a cup of pure pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie stuff. A quarter cup of brown sugar. I have the mixed Swerve and Lakanto in there. We need 1 tablespoon of the maple syrup. Like I said, I would probably use maple extract if I had it. And then we need 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, which I need to refill. Look at that. And we're just gonna blend this all up. Oh, that smells good. It smells like pumpkin pie. Oh, we got a from the peanut gallery over there. Okay. We're gonna bring back our dough. This is gonna be the tricky part. We're gonna spread this out on the dough. I'm going to use just my offset spatula to get a nice spread, and you want to spread it all the way to the ends. I know a lot of times when we make baked goods, you know, you spread it to within a ½ inch or whatever. We want this all the way to the end because we want pumpkin pie in every little bite. Okay. Now, here's where you need to wish me luck. We got to get this piece of dough onto this piece of dough. In my head, this is going to work out beautifully. In reality, my cameraman is laughing at me because he doesn't think this is going to work.
It might. Not too shabby.
Look at that. There we go. So now we need to cut it into twists. And I forgot to get my pizza cutter out, so that's what I'm over here looking for. Okay. Now, let's see. Originally, I wanted to get 11 twists out of this. This is 12 inches long. So I say we get 12 twists out of it. This is where I should switch positions with my cameraman. Would you like to do the honors, Mr. Cameraman?
You can cut straight. You got the roller right there.
You've seen me cut. Okay.
Oh, maybe it was 11 instead.
Okay, so we're gonna do 11. It's okay. So there's 11. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to twist them. Hence the name of the recipe, pumpkin pie twists. Are they pretty? Not really, but that's okay. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to put them on a parchment covered baking sheet and bake them at, 400 degrees for about 8 to 11 minutes. I'm thinking it's gonna take a little bit longer. I generally cook my 2-ingredient dough for about 17 minutes. I'm gonna check them at 12 minutes and then go from there. So I'm gonna finish twisting these up and get them on the baking sheet, and I'll show you before they go in the oven. Okay, so they're not pretty. This one's pretty and this one's pretty. This one we had a little issue with, but it's definitely a learning curve. Doug suggested, why don't I just put the parchment paper on the baking sheet, twist them and go, but they would have been too close to each other, so I did have to move them. And we all know that 2-ingredient dough can be a little fragile. So what I did is I used my fish spatula to transfer them over, and for the most part it worked out. I think once they bake, they'll be fine. We shall see. So we're gonna put these in the oven at 400 degrees, and I'm going to check them at the 12-minute mark and see what they look like at that point. Okay, our twists are out of the oven. They are certainly not pretty, but I'm hopeful that they'll taste good. So I let them cool for about 10 minutes, and now I'm gonna take a tablespoon of light butter that I melted and just brushed it over them. I'm gonna work on about 3 at a time. And in here I have a tablespoon of the Lacano monk fruit and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we are just gonna load these babies up. You need the butter so the cinnamon sugar sticks to it. And everything's better with butter, even if it's light butter. Now my hope was that we could pick these up to eat them, but they're a little soft, so I'm not sure about that. I'll have to see when they cool. Okay, I'm gonna finish these up, and then when they cool, we will come back for a taste test. Okay, they are out of the oven. They are, you saw me put the butter and the cinnamon sugar on them, so now it is time to taste test them. I have a little bowl. This is 0 points worth of Ready Whip that we're going to dip them in because I love whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. So show them. This is what it looks like. So here we go. I'll have another bite. They are very good. Very good. I like them.
Me too.
I like them. I think could use a little bit more pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah, maybe.
They're very doughy, but see, I like dough and I like crust. So, but that pumpkin pie filling definitely comes through. Very good. So let me give you, I ended up baking them for 21 minutes is how long it took. Let me give you the points breakdown. On the blue and the purple plan, 1 twist is 1 point. 2 twists are 3 points, and 3 twists are 4 points. Now, if you're on the green plan, we have to account for that Greek yogurt. So 1 twist is 2 points. 2 twists are 3 points, and 3 twists are 5 points. So there you have it. I think this was a big success. I really like them. I think they're delicious, and I think it's a nice little fall treat. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. You know the drill. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon.